Hey folks, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to talk about some tricks, tips, and glitches that may add some enjoyment to your Mech Wars experience. First off, let's talk about some sniping spots that can't be easily reached by teleport. If you've ever been on the desert map, you've probably looked at this spot, and the first thought through your mind is, I want to be like Captain Kirk and fight a Gorn. However, before you do that, you have to get up there. You could go up the terraces, but there's an easier way. You just go to the right, hit jump, and then thrust. And that will carry you all the way to the top. And the top is really where you want to be because the tower nearby obstructs a good portion of your aiming ability by blocking targets, even if you're just one tier slower. Now while up here, you can enjoy yourself a little bit of sweet temptation, and then turn and you have pretty much most of the battlefield exposed to your fire. So you can pretty much shoot anyone, and given the range, most AI are not going to be able to shoot back, and a lot of players are going to have difficulty reaching this position. Now, there's another spot like this on the other side of the map, which I will demonstrate here with a Reaper. To get there, you need to go more towards the rear, and once again, use thrust and jump to get up onto the terrace platform. Once here, you can enjoy the view, maybe sing Circle of Life, or just shoot stuff. Your call. You may even be able to go higher, but at least this time, I wasn't able to do that. I'll leave that for you to explore. Of course, desert is not the only map with sniper spots. Another good spot with a sniper spot is in city. For this map, what you have to do is go to the AI spawn area and then get on top of a couple buildings. This is the first one, and now we have to use our jump to get to the second one. At this point, you can do something like what I'm doing here and basically just pissing off all the AI. And then once your jump is fully recharged, you can go to a spot where it's much more difficult for them to hit you. Just hit your jump, and you're up high, free from enemy fire, except when you go near the edges to obliterate them. So you can sit here, you can use your shields, you can use your health, whether it be area health or personal health. You can use shield area, you can recharge all day, just up to about when you've taken too much enemy fire and you need to back off. Now, once you're done with that, you can also do one other thing here kind of special. You can enjoy a glitch. City, nothing to surround you, just float, hang out, and that's really about it. Hey, it's a glitch, what do you expect? So, enjoy it. Speaking of glitches, this one is one of my favorites, because who doesn't want to play with lava? This one also is quite simple. You just have to jump into the lava, die a fiery death, and then, oh, wait a second, you hit your thrust, you don't die yet, and you go towards the edge of the map. Once you're at the edge of the map, you gently want to see if you do not die horribly. If you're going to die, hit your thrust, then turn it off, and hey, you're hanging out over lava. And the best thing is while your chestnuts are roasting over an open fire, you can spend as much time as you like here, provided you don't move or you don't shoot, because if you do, you'll die a horrible death. And now for something a little bit cooler. As we all know, Snowy Winter is a favorite map of veteran players. They can go sledding, throw snowballs, and even play vicious little games of Duck Duck Goose with the AI. But sometimes, it's your goose that's going to be cooked if you don't get out of there. And so this is where having a hiding spot above the AI spawn area can be quite useful. Here, if you just go over the edge, the AI cannot shoot you directly, though those missiles get me. So if you're spawn raiding, this can be a pretty useful position, because if you need to hide, you can hide, or you can come up and blaze away until your heat capacity runs out. Now, it's not a perfect spot because, as you'll see here, there is an AI that's going to follow me to get to me in my hidey hole, and so I'm going to have to take care of him. But all the same, it's useful, if you are taking too much fire, you've got somewhere you can go to get away from that and recover, come back, and kick ass, which is what we like to do when spawn raiding. So if that's your thing too, then let's talk about another hidey hole, this time in forest. This one is quite simple. All you have to do is just jump up from the rear of the spawn area, up to the embankment, and then run over the top. Here, you'll have a very large hidey hole that protects you from pretty much all direct fire from the AI spawn area. You'll still be at risk for those dastardly evil missiles, but unlike the hidey hole in the snowy mountain area, this one, the AI just doesn't seem to like to come up here. So you can hang out, let your heat capacity recover, and then run up blazing and shooting everything and doing what you do until you either die, get bored, suffer a horrible death. I don't know. Read some Nietzsche. Bake a cake. Do some knitting. Anyway, so yeah, hidey hole. It's a place you can hide. Now, hidey holes are great and all, but sometimes you want to get to the action quickly. And this little tip comes from my pal Whisker Biscuit, who showed me that rather than taking the long way, you can take the short way by just doing a jump and then a teleport. Boop! See? Easy peasy. Now, maybe admittedly it's not really any quicker than the hallway, but in a world filled with potentially scary hallway monsters and other things, it tactically might serve a purpose to be able to get around the hallway, avoid the scary monsters, or maybe you just want to have fun. It's your call. But hey, now you know. One last tip, please like and subscribe.